Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another useful noon hour. And today I have with me Laura McNeil from the Teen Resource Center. Thank you so much, Laura, for accepting my invitation. And I love chatting with you the other day and know more about the center that I didn't even know. So thank you so much. And if you'd like to introduce yourself and the Teen Resource Center.
Sure. Thank you for having me, Lena. My name is Laura McNeil, and I work for the Teen Resource Center. I've been here for approximately 5 years. Before I started here, I hadn't heard about it either, but I'm excited to share all about the center and what we do here and all the services and programs that we deliver here.
Awesome. That's interesting to know that you didn't even hear about it, and that's why we're doing this. And this is part of our useful noon hour, just to inform clients of what's going on in the city. So from the name, Teen Resource Center, so I'm assuming it's for teenagers. What ages? Like, what are the criteria? If you can give us.
Sure.
Like,
so we actually have a few programs that we run here, and the name is like a little bit deceiving. So we have our drop-in program, so which is like a play-based like recreation program that we host every day after school. Their youth can go hang out. We have a basketball court. We offer a snack. There's computers for them to do their homework, but that age group is 13 to 18. And then we have our Oasis room, which is open to youth age 16 to 24. So youth that are either homeless or couch surfing can come in, take a shower. There's a closet full of free clothing that they can take. They can get connected to different community services and talk to one of the case managers. We're also a part of the UYes program, which is shared amongst 5 other nonprofits in the city. And that program aims to remove the barriers to youth, either to go back to school and further their education or go to work. So they'll work with ages 15 to 30. So our age great. And then we have the Pathways to Education program here in St. John too, which is a national program, and we're one of 20 sites. We're the newest site, and it works. And they have a tutoring program that we run after school. And there's other facets to that program too, like mentorship opportunities, and there's a scholarship piece that works. They work with high school students. So we've got lots of things going on at the Teen Resource Center. I know it's and all kinds of different age groups.
Okay, I don't know where to start from. Okay, let's go back about the ages. So you have 2 different age groups, and they come in 2 different times?
No, so for drop-in, that would be like, it would be 13 to 18.
Okay.
For the drop-in program.
And what's the time?
It would be 3 to 6 right now after school.
Okay, right after school till 6. Okay. And how about 19? You said to 29? Okay.
So the Oasis room is open during COVID. It's open by appointment only. So they would contact the case manager, but it's open during the day. So regular office hours from 9 till 5. And then our tutoring program would be after school, Monday to Thursday, the Pathways program.
So the way it works, so these teens, let's say like from, let's talk about the 13 to 18 group. So they come after school between 3 and 6. So either they choose to go play at the gym, basketball, or their computers.
Yeah, we have computers. We offer a snack. There's a ping pong table, a pool, all kinds of board games. So it's very much a space just for youth to be themselves and just to hang out with their friends.
That's awesome. And the computers, like if they're going to use it, they're just to do their homework individually. They're doing it themselves.
It could be for homework. We have staff that would be able to help them as well. But it's really just for whatever they want to use it for, be it gaming or anything like that.
How does it work?
So Pathways is a national program. So it started in Regent Park in Toronto many years ago, and we're the newest site across Canada. So the Teen Resource Center would be the host agency to the team for Pathways. So
And will there be an employee or employees that are there from 3 to 6 at least, ready for tutoring? Like, or does the youth has to book an appointment with a tutor?
So for the tutoring program, there is more of a registration process. Okay. Where the drop-in program, if you fall under that age, you could come anytime. Let's say that there was a youth in drop-in that wanted help with their homework, and there was a volunteer or one of the staff members there able to help them, they absolutely would. But it's not a formalized tutoring program like Pathways is. So for the Pathways program, there would be a registration form and like there's more steps to get into the Pathways program, I guess. Okay, and what are the criteria? Like if a teen want to sign up with you guys, like how do you choose who to enroll and who is not gonna be enrolled? It's based on the catchment area, so it would be like if there's a teen uptown in the Waterloo and South End village, definitely contact us. If you're outside the catchment area too, like it really depends on a few pieces. Okay, so location is important, is part of it. Okay, and how about like here, like uptown, we have 2 schools. We have St. Max and St. John High. So these students, for sure, if they're interested, they're in? For sure, absolutely. Okay, okay. But the other schools, it depends, I guess, on availability maybe, right? Right, yeah, so the main priority would be the Waterloo South End area. And then as we're able to take on more, then we would. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And you mentioned also there is the mentorship program, like you help people, like these students for what, like post-secondary education applications, or? Absolutely. Yeah, we would definitely do that. We have scholarship nights for the students that are in the Pathways program. Mentorship activities could be as well, like helping. Like I put on a resume night, or we have like a photography club, like different little interest-based that get the students all together and just explore their interests. Wow, that's so cool. So is there like a schedule for each night? Like you do something, is it something continuous? Like let's say the photography club you mentioned? Yes, yeah, so it's typically on a schedule, yes. But okay. All of our programming is youth-led. So the youth say, this is something we're interested in, and then the staff makes it happen. So wow. We're always looking to the youth for ideas of what they would like to see and what they would like to do. Oh, that's great. And with the criteria for the mentorship program, is it the same as the Pathways, or is it different? It would be it's a pillar of Pathways. So the tutoring, like the main focus of Pathways is tutoring and education. And so the mentorship, sorry, yeah, the mentorship would be under Pathways. The Pathways, yeah, that's right. For drop-in, they also do like different outings, different opportunities, and they have different themed nights as well. So sometimes there is some overlap, and a lot of our students are both in the Pathways program as well as drop-in. So there's kind of we share resources that way. Awesome, and that is restricted to up to age 18. That's correct, yeah. With the Pathways. And the UES program, so what is that? Like, can you give us more information about that? Like, sure. So I'm definitely not the expert in that particular program. The TRC does the case management piece, but anyone that's enrolled in that could be involved in all the different nonprofits as well. So, for example, a UES student could be coming to the TRC for case management, but could be going to the learning exchange to work on their GED or furthering their education, or they could be going to Outflow to the Carpentry Training Center and working on their carpentry skills. So, or they could be out at the workplace and just needed some extra help with food security or mental health supports or what have you, whatever. It's a really flexible program, working with what the barriers to education and to getting back into the workforce would be for that particular person. So do you connect the youth to these kind of programs
some youth, maybe they don't know that there are some mental health services available for them, or, you know, or other services as well. You do the connections.
It wouldn't be me personally, but yes.
Yeah, the Teen Resource Center. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that's great. Like
managers that work with the youth to determine what they need, what their goals are, and they would refer out to other community resources as well. So they really work as like community connectors.
And I wanted to ask you about employment. So do you help these youth to find employment if, you know, if they're interested to work, or you encourage them to work?
We certainly encourage them to work. We think it's an important part of their growth. We will, all of the youth advisors or case managers will work with the youth to build a resume. We also have 2 other agencies in our building, CCRW and Options Employment. So sometimes we refer them to them, who can help them find work as well, but we do our best to help.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know you do employment as well. Like, that's awesome. How successful do you say you are in finding employment for these teens? Like I hear all the time, like, you know, the teens, they apply, like even McDonald's or Tim Hortons, you know, these kind of places, and still they don't get a call, or, you know, and all that. Like, do you intervene yourselves, like at the Teen Resource Center, to advocate for that youth? Or
our youth advisors and the case managers are amazing at advocating. So they'll use their own connections to connect youth for sure to employers. But I think a big piece of that is just working on the resume and working with their interview skills. They are able to take that next step. So
work more on the soft skills and improve it, and
exactly.
Get them ready for,
Yes. Yeah. A lot of our programming is intentionally trying to work on those soft skills and build those.
Yeah. That's great. And how about newcomers youth? Do you have newcomers at your center?
Yes, so many.
That's great.
Our drop-in, I think we have 40% of our youth are newcomers. So we have a great newcomer population. I think we counted, and there was 12 different languages spoke in drop-in.
Oh, wow.
It's the same for the pathways. I know our newcomers really find the Pathways program to be essential because it really helps bridge that time between going to school and learning all day, and then they're able to come here and reinforce the things they've learned and sit down with a volunteer tutor, and help them go over their homework. So,
yeah. So do you feel newcomer kids are enjoying it? Are they struggling more? It looks like they feel like they find it like a safe haven for them to be at the Teen Resource Center. That's what I'm thinking and picturing. Yeah.
Certainly, yes, it is a safe haven for all youth here at the TRC. My advice is just to come check it out. Bring your youth. We can do
people can just come in. Parents can join the kids, the teens, to encourage them, or it's not common?
I would set up, like, if a parent wanted to come check it out with their youth, we could set up a tour, so you could come see the space before all the hustle and bustle of our programming in the afternoon. I would definitely encourage them, or if the youth was comfortable enough, they could just show up. Okay,
great. Especially with the COVID, you have to, I guess, be careful, and it's not like we're not welcoming, but we have to be just careful with COVID, following all the guidelines.
For sure. So what we have, how it's set up during COVID, is that for drop-in, there is a 20 youth limit, and then they clean, and then we welcome in another 20. So there's a little bit of a sign-up process, but if you coordinated with us ahead of time, we could make sure that there was space for your youth.
That's great. That's awesome. And quickly, if you can just give me an idea as well about the ages you mentioned, from 19 to 30 as well. They just, come in whenever, and they can come in from 9 until 5, you mentioned, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do they usually do? I'm assuming they use the basketball, ping pong, like all that fun stuff, computers. Is that
the older group?
Yeah,
that would be more of the case management. So it's not that it would be more of like, what are your goals for education, or what are your needs for like mental health or housing,
Okay.
or food security, or those types of
Okay. Even food security. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really working with the individual as far as like the older group, like the case managed cohort.
So for this age group, like, do you work with just singles? Could be families. You know what I mean? Like at that, at that age group, it could be
It'd be more
someone.
like individual based. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And they have to make an appointment?
Yes, I would reach out to see if they're, yes, absolutely. Call us and talk to us, and we'll determine what programs you might be eligible for. It's kind of hard to talk about on a higher level of to say like, here are the this is why somebody would be eligible for this program or not. So definitely just call us if there's something that piqued your interest. Give us a call and we'll figure it out.
Because I was just going to ask you that. What's the eligibility, like, location as well, or what? So I guess the best thing to do is people just to call and you will assess. Okay. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. And do you have employment counselors, like kind of thing for this age group? Do you do like same thing as resume, helping them with it? Yeah.
Resumes,
okay.
Advocating, very much.
Advocating.
Yes, but again, we do have two really great employment agencies here in our building too, on the 3rd floor. So we would refer to them as well.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, and it's really handy that they're in the same building. And even if not, like, this is the point of any organization as a community. We use the resources that exist, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Do you offer like volunteering opportunity as well for the youth?
For the youth, we definitely encourage them to volunteer. A lot of the programs we have, we incorporate the youth and get them to volunteer for them as well. So one of the projects that Pathways is doing now, they have the Teen Impact Committee. So they had a group of youth determine what was important to them, and then develop little projects. So they're community-led projects that the youth are doing themselves. So we get them to volunteer in that way, volunteering around the building. If they're interested in other volunteer opportunities, we would connect them to other community organizations. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys do a lot. I didn't realize that. I honestly thought when I heard about it, it's just a place for the youth just to drop in whenever and just chat and that's it. Like, I didn't know there are certain programs and it's organized and it can help with all this, like employment, soft skills, volunteering, GED, like tutoring if they need help. That is huge, Laura. That's huge. Because even for parents, if their kids are going to go there, they're not just hanging out, they're also using the time wisely to finish their homework. Not every parent can help, so that's great.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever the youth needs, and offer that wraparound approach.
Yeah, and yeah, whatever youth needs, exactly, because you mentioned as well, like, even if there are certain needs that it didn't come to, you're not doing it, it didn't come to your mind, I guess, you can help create something, not necessarily exactly, but whatever you can do to help them. That's absolutely awesome. Generally speaking, with these programs, do you check with people about income or anything like that?
No. So, no.
No. Okay.
No fees. Yeah. I guess that's the takeaway for sure. It doesn't cost anything to come to the TRC.
Okay. And there is no income priorities or requirements or anything like that to take a look. Okay. It's one of the questions that one of my clients sent me. Is there any what's the word? Yeah, yeah, exactly, for the youth to join. No, that's great. I'm actually really surprised. It's awesome. And how do you feel with COVID? Do you feel any changes now with COVID, or
There's been some changes.
Lots
And
of changes?
not all bad, but I'm looking forward to a day when things are back to normal. So before, we'd have up to 60 youth in drop-in a night.
Wow.
So there's been some changes, but what I'm really happy to see is, even when things were locked down, is that we still, like all the case managers and youth advisors, still made an effort to connect with their youth. Like we switched to some online programming, we did online tutoring, and tried to engage them that way and send them funny videos, or like we dropped them off.
Oh, that's awesome.
To try to just connect with them, because it was a very stressful time for everybody, but especially youth as well. So
are you still offering virtual communication?
For sure. We still have virtual tutoring if required, for sure.
For tutoring. Okay. And what if a youth have need some kind of counseling, or something related to mental health, or any kind of stress, if they can't come in, because we know of situations the kids can't, or the youth can't come in person, you can meet with them virtually, or by phone.
We do our best to work for that, like whatever that individual's needs are.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's awesome. And yes, and it's actually, it's really nice to see lots of organizations and lots of services. Despite COVID, we were managing to keep going. We didn't stop, and nothing will stop us. Yes, it's different, but
yes.
we don't stop. It's just different kind of service delivery, really.
A lot of pivoting, a lot of change, but I think as like the nonprofit sector showed a lot of flexibility and in quickly changing how they deliver their programming.
Yeah, no, that's great. No, I love it. I learned a lot, Laura. I can thank you and your whole team. I know there is a whole team behind you that make this happen. And I want to thank you as well, you guys. You were great with the laptop delivery. I remember we worked in that project together at the beginning of the school year. That was awesome, Laura. I'm sure you helped lots of students.
Yeah, 25 students.
Wow. That's awesome. Perfect. Yeah. No, thank you so much, Laura. And I guess if you guys have questions, or you want to be involved, you want your youth to join, or yourself, just give Laura a call. We have all the contact information at the end of this recording. There is also a video. You're going to see cool stuff, and please don't hesitate to contact them, or contact me if you have questions, and I'll connect you with them. But you guys are amazing team. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Laura, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.